Harvey, so great to have the opportunity to talk to you. Greetings from almost your second home, Toronto.
Toronto, yes, I'm actually still here. I'm still here in
Oh,
Toronto.
we could have met up for coffee with socially distancing.
Socially distancing, yeah.
Another time, another time. Congratulations on this. You are beyond fantastic, as you always are. And I would think that for you, making the transition from vampires to werewolves, easy peasy.
Yeah, I think it's in the same world, in the realm of creatures and mythical and all of that. So yeah, it was a pretty nice transition. I feel like very at home.
Yes, for sure. And I want to say too, I think the other clincher would be, I'm going to be married to Cheyenne Jackson. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I think, well, it's funny because, our director asked me, who do you think would play opposite of you? And I was like, I don't know. It's like, what are you looking for? And it's like someone who's like handsome and debonair and talented. And it would be a nice like juxtaposition for like what traditionally you don't see as, a new age queer couple. And I was like, how about Cheyenne Jackson? He's like, okay. And the next thing you know, we had Cheyenne Jackson. So that was perfect.
Yeah, I love him, and I thought you two made such a great fun for each other on this film. Was it hard not to break into song though when he was around?
It was. I think we did break into song a couple of times. He's just, has an amazing voice, but also, a lot of the cast was really musically talented, and so. Yeah. We break into singing and dancing. I think I just posted something on social media where Sam and I were singing the theme song to Gummy Bears, the late 80s, early 90s cartoon, and harmonizing. And I just like was, it was kindred spirits. Everyone was so amazing on this cast. It was such a treat.
I was going to say, because you are, listen, so lucky over the last few years with all the shows that you've done, but you've worked with so many great, funny people, improvisers. Like, what is it like to be, especially on this set on Werewolves, when there are so many funny people to work off of?
It's been an absolute honor and privilege. Just, that's not always the case. You might get to a set and not everyone is able to play hot potatoes, like what I like to call it. It's just, and I'm so lucky with, Shadows and with Werewolves that being in a cast where you could play hot potato for hours. This cast was just going and going and going, and George and Mills and everyone was just such a treat. We could go, we know what the story was and we absolutely loved the script, but it was nice to have that little bit of liberty to like add little things that the characters might do and say, and Michaela and everyone is just amazing.
Oh yeah. It's really a lot of fun to watch. And I want to ask you too, because I have so much to ask you in 5 minutes, and I am a huge fan of Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. To see you in that show as George, how much fun did you have on that? And you get to, you got to do a song and dance. You have a musical theater background from like when you went to, earlier in your career. So what was it like? And to be choreographed by Mandy Moore? I mean, oh my God.
It was a dream come true. I almost wasn't able to do it. They came over and asked me twice if I was available to do the role, and I wasn't, because originally Shadows was going to shoot in the fall.
Yeah.
And we said no to them twice. And as the story later came out, was that the showrunner, Austin, he had offered me the role, and the casting director was checking in on availability. He's like, did you offer him the role? I was like, well, we're checking availability. No, offer him the role. And because we said no twice, so he thought it was probably like, I'm not doing it. And it's like, no, it's just because the schedule wasn't allowing, and as luck would have it, the last minute schedule change and shift, and a lot of moving parts doing a show. The very last minute, I think on a Wednesday, they checked in on me and said, are you absolutely sure this is the third time we've checked in? And that afternoon, I found out that we weren't shooting in the fall. And as luck would have it, I was on a plane the next day to Vancouver to shoot, and then to shoot with Mandy Moore, who was incredible. Yeah. And just what an honor, just like a treat. And I love George, he's such a great character. So I was really lucky to get to
play. Listen, he hasn't died, so he could come back for the next season.
He was supposed to come back actually last season, and schedule again wouldn't allow, but the creator wanted him to come back, and the birthday episode was going to be the episode where he comes back to celebrate Sophie's birthday, and it just didn't work out. But since that's the ongoing trend that he's out there somewhere, working.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Okay, now I can't leave without asking about Shadows, because of course you do shoot that here in Toronto, which we are thrilled to have you guys here. Season 3 is coming at us pretty soon. I just quickly want to know, you've been playing Guillermo, who in my opinion is the best character on that show. You are so good on this show. What do you love most about him, and how he's evolved from season 1 to now? And can you give us any little teasers as what we're going to get from him?
We definitely pick up where we left off. We found out, that he is a descendant of Van Helsing, has Van Helsing blood in him. And so it was nice to just kind of grow in the trajectory of Guillermo, because when we first started, talking to Jermaine and Taika, the character didn't even have a last name. I remember asking him in the first season, what's his last name? They're like, well, what do you want to call him? And I, at the top of my head, I said, De la Cruz. And they were like, yeah, that works. Yeah, that's perfect. And I was just like, okay, cool. And I didn't know that he was a Slayer. I had no idea. And if you know what the translation of De la Cruz from Spanish is to English, it means of the cross. And so the last name, it's in his name, and so that was kind of perfect to see that, being surprised as I went along with the character. But we started with a seed of what we think Guillermo was, and they gave me a lot of liberty to kind of, make him into this character that has become, so great to watch and grow. And the next season will definitely have visitors from Christmas past, if you will.
Oh, good. I cannot wait. Well, listen, you're like I say, you're so extraordinary in everything that you do. It's a thrill for me to talk to you this morning. And who knows, maybe I'll bump into the street downtown. Well, we can.
Who knows? I practically live here now. I spent altogether 9 months out of the year in Canada from last year and this year altogether. So I'm Canadian. So
well, yeah, no, you're definitely a citizen now, as far as I'm concerned. So congratulations on everything. Best of luck. The movie is hilarious. I loved it. And just stay healthy and safe, and we'll see you again soon sometime.
Thank
Thanks,
you so
Harvey.
much. Take care.